Happening today, the brothers of Nuggets MVP Nikola Jokic is set to be back in court for a plea hearing. Video of Strahinja Jokic shows him punching a fan in the face during a game against the Lakers back in April. According to court documents obtained by 9 News Investigates, the fan was later diagnosed with a concussion. When investigators approached Jokic, he claimed that he was defending an older man in the stands. The plea hearing is set for 8:30 this morning.
The suspect accused of shooting 3 people in a series of random shootings this summer was being treated for hallucinations and PTSD. That's according to a new arrest affidavit for Austin Benson. Benson is facing 23 charges for what unfolded on June 27th. Police say he drove through a neighborhood in Aurora and shot 3 people. The affidavit said Benson was possibly under the influence of drugs and that medical staff gave him Narcan once he was in custody. Benson's family said he was taking medicine for PTSD and hallucinations. The affidavit confirms what 9 News reported in August, that the gun used in the latest attack was the same from 2018. Police said he shot and threatened multiple people. A judge dropped the 2018 case after concluding Benson was not mentally competent for trial.
Today is day 2 for Colorado's case against a grocery mega merger. That trial began on Monday, and until the judge makes a decision, the $25 billion agreement between the parent companies of King Soopers and Safeway is on hold. Democratic Attorney General Phil Weiser is suing to stop the merger between Kroger, which owns King Soopers, and Albertsons, which owns Safeway. Colorado's lawsuit echoes concerns from the Federal Trade Commission and grocery union members who worry that the merger would limit competition, drive up prices, and lead to store closures. Union members gathered on the steps of Denver City and County building yesterday to protest that merger, but attorneys for Kroger argue that the deal is necessary to compete with Walmart and that it will actually drive down prices by selling off dozens of Safeway stores across the state. Colorado's lawsuit is not the only thing holding up the merger. Several states have joined a separate lawsuit by the Federal Trade Commission, which is arguing against the deal. If that opposition fails and the merger goes through, most of the Safeways in Colorado would be sold to a third-party grocery, which has promised not to close those locations. The trial in Colorado's case picks back up at 8 o'clock this morning.
DirecTV has agreed to buy rival Dish Network, which is based here in Colorado. Under the deal, DirecTV will pay Dish's owner EchoStar just $1 in exchange for assuming its billions of dollars in debt. Both companies have struggled to keep customers as streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video have gained traction. For years, there have been talks of the satellite services merging. The U.S. government previously blocked a merger, proposed $19 billion merger in 2002 on competitive grounds. If the companies combined, the new service will have about 20 million subscribers.
This morning, many people in parts of the southeast are dealing with the aftermath of Helene. Officials confirm at least 130 people have died across 6 states, and that number is expected to rise. As of this morning, thousands are still without power. The Asheville, North Carolina area is amongst the hardest hit. Hundreds of roads remain closed this morning. Typical everyday tasks are no longer routine, like going to the grocery store. Dozens of people lined up outside this store to stock up. Government officials and aid groups are working to deliver basic supplies by air, trucks, and even mules to the mountain region. As thousands of people pick up the pieces from Helene, owners of a Colorado brewery are working to support those affected by the storm in North Carolina. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez joins us in studio this morning. Brianna, the owners of that brewery recently expanded to that area.
You guys might have heard of True Brewing. They have been a staple along North Broadway in Denver for years. Back in March, actually, the owners expanded the brewery to Asheville, North Carolina. One of the owners, Nick Nuns, tells me they've never imagined their new home would be devastated by this storm. Fortunately, True Brewing in Asheville is still standing after Hurricane Helene. Cell phone service is spotty out there, but Nick has been able to check in with friends, staff, and other business owners. Everyone is doing okay, but we have seen the images and videos showing that area is unrecognizable. Hundreds of people remain unaccounted for. Homes were swept away and thousands are still without power. Nick says this was supposed to be peak tourist season for that area, but instead True Brewing will reopen for people to charge their phones and grab water, supplies that are much needed.
This is unprecedented. I mean, this is the worst it's ever been for this area by a long shot. This is going to set, for a tourist town like Asheville, where most of the business is in these coming weeks now, it's going to be a really tough balance of trying to tell people, like, don't come too soon. But, once we reopen, like, please come and visit and, like, help us support our community.
Nick and his wife will be traveling to Asheville, North Carolina in the next day or two, not only to see their brewery, but also to see if their home is still standing because they haven't had eyes on their home just yet. So it's unclear if their home is still there. It's heartbreaking. It truly is.
And you've covered hurricanes before, so talk about like how extensive, the repairs will be for how long.
Yeah, being from Florida, I've gone through several hurricanes, but reporting it's completely different. It's truly heartbreaking. I went through Hurricane Ian, which devastated Southwest Florida. A lot of mom and pop shops are still rebuilding today.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to take a community effort. So what Nick and his wife are doing, what the first responders are doing, that is truly going to be helpful because these people are needing those supplies. Water is a big one, especially in cell phones. I know families are trying to reach out. My family was trying to reach out when I was covering Hurricane Ian. So I can't imagine what these families are going through.
And a lot of the times it is these smaller businesses like the breweries that end up supporting the economy there for a while and helping out their community. Brianna, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you.
So right now, Colorado Springs firefighters are in North Carolina to help with the recovery as well. They're among the 9 departments that originally formed the Colorado Task Force 1. It's made up of 17 firefighters from the department and 6 from Fort Carson. A total of 45 Colorado first responders are in North Carolina right now, just outside of Marion, which is east of Asheville. Bob Olm is the program manager for Colorado Task Force 1. He has been with the task force since 2020 and has been on scene for many natural disasters, but says he has never seen damage this widespread. And he says they have their work cut out for them.
The terrain is very steep, slick, so they're working very slowly, lots of down trees, power lines. They're making their way, but it's been slow for sure.
The Colorado Task Force 1 will be on the East Coast for 14 days as part of their deployment. Later this week, they'll find out if they'll need to extend their stay. The American Red Cross has mobilized more than 900 responders to help after Helene, but they need more help. It's looking for volunteers who can commit to a 2-week deployment after getting training. You can also donate money or blood to the Red Cross. The Salvation Army and the United Way are also gathering donations. To contribute, text the word HELP to 303-871-1491 for an article with the information you need.
Breaking overnight, U.S. dock workers are officially on strike. This is a live look of strikers this morning in Houston. The International Longshoremen's Association contract with ports expired overnight, and without a new deal, the workers started walking the picket lines. The union and the ports have not had any formal negotiations since June, and if the strike is drawn out, it could impact when things you order arrive, and it could also cause some prices to rise.
Tonight, Senator J.D. Vance and Governor Tim Walz will square off in the first and only vice presidential debate of the election season. CBS News is hosting it, but it will be simulcast across other networks. You can watch it right here on 9 News with coverage beginning at 6 o'clock.
Well, it is our coolest morning since May the 24th. We've dropped down to 41 degrees, maybe got as low as 40, 39 degrees out at the airport. I was just looking at the 5-minute observations. You get the point, though. Our previous coolest morning of the winter season was 44 degrees just about 2 weeks ago, but we're down to 41 today. That said, it will be warmer, quite a bit warmer for tomorrow and really the next few days. Details on a toasty 7-day outlook coming up in my full forecast in just a couple of minutes.